I'm Andiswa Mlotshwa, a social work lecturer in the discipline of social work. I'm also a PhD candidate. I've registered this year, and my supervisor is Dr. Mthembu. So I met Dr. Maud during my undergrad as a social work student between the years 2014 and 2017. We developed a closer relationship in 2017 when she was my oral examiner during my assessment interview for social work for AP. So during this interview, Dr. Mthembu was asking me about my work as a student social worker when I was placed in a school setting at Wentworth, Durban. She asked me several questions about my interest, my passion, and at the end of the interview, she then asked me what are my goals post my Bachelor of Social Work degree. I didn't have any plans. Honestly, my first thought was just graduate, get a job, and give my parents stress and financial relief. Then she was like, okay, maybe there's a master's program that could benefit you because I've seen that you are interested in children, you work well with children. Maybe find out more information about the Child Care and Protection Master's Program under the School of Law. I did that. I inquired, I applied, I enrolled, and I started my journey pursuing my master's degree in Child Care and Protection, which she supervised me, as well as she was also lecturing one of the modules there. Our relationship continued, like I said, as she was my master's supervisor. She then gave me an opportunity to grow in research. So I was employed for a duration of a year on a part-time basis as a research assistant for the DAD project. This was an international project between different universities within South Africa and outside of South Africa. This is the same project that allowed me to be one of the students that was selected to participate in a student exchange program in Germany for 10 days. So that's the start of our relationship with Dr. Mthembu. Our relationship then continued where I was employed as a tutor, and in one of the modules that she was a module coordinator, she oversees some of the work that we did as tutors, so we also engaged at a professional level. Then I went into practice in 2020. This was still during my master's degree. I completed my master's degree. Then she put her thoughts in my mind. She's like, okay, you've done your master's degree, then what? Then I'm like, Doc, I'm looking for a job. I want to work. I want to have financial stability. And she was like, no, okay, I understand. But then build your academic profile. Let's publish from your master's thesis. So we then published an article that was derived from my findings from my mini dissertation, which involved children's participation rights in social work assessment. She then encouraged me to make myself visible and network through conferences. So she encouraged me to submit an abstract for the Asaswe International Conference, which I was able to attend and where I presented on my article. Fast forward, it's 2022. I am in practice, currently going through depression. She reaches out to me, how are you? So that's another thing about Dr. Mthembu. She's not just gonna mentor you in terms of academic, in terms of work, in terms of school, but personally she takes care of you. She asked me, how are you? How are you holding up? And so I explained to her that practice is difficult and I'm in a field that I'm not enjoying. She's like, okay, come back to the university, apply, and then we'll see what opportunities will lie ahead for you. I did that. I registered to my PhD in 2023, and then with that it allowed me to be part of a research project as a research assistant. Secondly, through her expertise, knowledge, and experience, she's able to mold you in becoming the professional that you aspire to be. Given the opportunity to mentor someone, I definitely adopt similar approaches that Dr. Mthembu has used with me. For example, for me, mental health is a priority. So as I mentee students, I'll definitely prioritize their mental health while balancing their objectives of becoming researchers, lecturers, or anything they aspire to be. Thirdly, I'll strengthen their support systems, meaning that use existing support systems, create new networks and relationships that will allow them to grow as young professionals. Lastly, allowing students to be who they are, being truthful and being authentic to yourself. One student at a time.
One student at a time.
One student at a time.
One student at a time. One student at a time.
One student at a time.